Superman from his movies, Princess Leia from Star Wars, Diana Christensen from Network, and Bob Woodward from All the President's Men. And now our first guest will be Superman! I don't really know where Superman is, so before we begin, let's watch a clip from his 1978 film.
Sorry I'm so late. Had to save her, from a burning building. So I'm so sorry.
It's Superman! It's Superman!
Oh.
It's Superman! What are you doing on my show?
What's going on?
Now that Superman is finally here, how are you, Superman?
I'm fine. Kind of tired, but all in a day's work.
So, how did you react when you found out the comic strip was going to be made into a movie?
I was incredibly shocked. The first comic strip ever to be made into a movie was my own. The comic strip, which was made in 1938, became into a movie 40 years later.
What was new about the making of the movie?
Well, it was an unheard of amount of $55 million, and it was a record of 7 minutes and titles, which means many people worked on it.
How was it successful? Or was it?
Excuse me, kind of tired, Well, yes, in fact, it was very, very successful. It had 3 nominations, and it had 2 more series, making a total of 5.
Are there any symbols or symbolic meanings in the movie?
Well, the Daily Planet, which is the press for Metropolis, where I happen to live in, it symbolizes good journalism the way it always should be. And also, I myself symbolize a good American the way it should also be.
What was its effect on society?
Well, its effect was that everyone should just look up to me. I've been around for more than 70 years, and I'm the greatest superhero there. Batman.
Thank you for being on my show, Superman.
Well, you're very welcome. It was an honor to be here.
Yes.
All beef patty, pickles, sauce, lettuce, cheese, and the pickles. No.
Pickles, cheese, oh.
Lettuce and onion, sesame, all seed bun.
I think they're describing a big...
2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Say that again.
2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, onions, pickles, onions on a...
McDonald's Big Mac, the big sandwich with a great big taste that everybody's talking about.
Sesame seed bun, and we forgot the onions.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did say onions.
Are you sure?
It said onions.
All right.
2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
McDonald's Big Mac, the great big sandwich with a great big taste.
Special sauce, lettuce,
Pickles, cheese. Hey, that's a...
Big Mac.
You deserve a break today at McDonald's.
Where your dollar gets a break.
Now that we're back from our commercial break, we have another guest, Diana Christensen from the 1976 film Network. But before we begin our interview, we'll see a clip from the movie.
Q Howard. I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!
And now, introducing our guest, Diana Christensen. Hello, good morning, how are you? Good. So, what is your job in the network?
My job in the network is as executive producer of the station UBS. And my role is to make the shows that you people see.
How does the movie network depict the media during the 1970s?
Well, the network is the kind of movie that tries to expose the true nature of broadcasting. The media functions on the basis of money. And its only goal is to make money and not report the truth. And we want the people and the Americans to know that.
Was the movie successful?
It was pretty successful. We kind of won 19 nominations and 4 Oscars.
How does yours and Max Shoemaker's characters depict society?
My character depicts the bulk of society that lives in detachment of the world, in utter oblivion of the truth. But Max's character is raw and not yet absorbed by the media. He thinks for himself. He is not guided by money, but by the truth, and he searches for the truth throughout the movie.
It was very nice to have you on my show, and hopefully we'll see each other again.
Can't get enough of Super Sugar Crisp.
Give me some sugar. Look, Blob's making air pollution.
Hey, Blob, you're polluting the air.
I don't care, Bear.
Well, I do. So I'll put out the fire and clear up the air.
You deserve a reward, Sugar.
Super Sugar Crisp is my reward. Start your day with a good breakfast featuring Post Super Sugar Crisp.
Now we're back from our commercial break in our interview with Diana Christensen. We're going to interview Bob Woodward from the movie All the President's Men, filmed in 1976. But before we begin our interview, we will watch a trailer from the movie.
All the President's Men, the story of the 2 young reporters who cracked the Watergate conspiracy.
White House.
Howard Hunt, please.
He might be in Mr. Colson's office.
Who's Charles Colson? Did you know, Howard Hunt?
Well, the White House said he was doing some investigative work.
What do you say?
They stumbled into leads.
Certainly it comes as no surprise to you that Howard was with the CIA.
No surprise at all.
They tripped over clues.
We'd like to see all the material requested by the White House.
All White House transactions are confidential.
This whole thing is a cover-up. It's right on our nose.
And piece by piece, they solve the greatest detective story in American history.
There is no way the White House can control the investigation.
I don't want to say any more, okay?
Have you been threatened if you tell the truth?
Is there a cover-up?
Don't you understand what you're on to?
Mitchell knew?
Of course, Mitchell knew.
Woodward! Bernstein! Get in here!
At times, it looked as if it might cost them their jobs.
You guys are about to write a story that says the former Attorney General, the highest-ranking law enforcement officer in this country, is a crook.
Their reputations.
Why is the Post trying to do it? I don't know.
Perhaps even their lives.
All the President's Men,